Yes, welcome to Hutchinson, Minnesota. It is the county fair, and it is time for some off-road racing. Now, normally you think of the trophy trucks, the big bad boys, but not here. They turned a small dirt oval into an off-road race. It's a cross between dirt car racing and motocross. It is called the autocross, and they have packed the stands at the fair here tonight to see the little compact cars start off the event. Yeah, that's right, your Nissans, your Kias, you name it, the small cars are out here ready to go over the hoopties, on top shelves, hit the jumps, take the hairpin turns, and possibly, very possibly, roll a couple of these over. There's a lot of rubbing, a lot of bumping, and a lot of dirt flying, but one thing's for sure, these compact cars pack a powerful punch, and in addition to these guys, we'll see the compact trucks. It's a great night of racing action. We're going off-roading, Hutchinson style.
Well, thank you very much, Ted Brunson, and here's how it works. 15-lap event. It's a land rush type start. Everybody cuts out at the same time. Get a big jump at the start line, and the first turn you make is a real hard left-hander. We'll call it the hairpin. Then a downhill. This baby is just like motocross, once again, only with trucks and little cars, Ken.
We'll have some compact trucks. We know compact cars. Here's a little of the action that's going on all day long. As these guys have had heat races, they've had B mains, everybody trying to fight and get into that A main, just like you would any other race. We'll start things off with the compact cars. Here's a look at the competitors out here, and as you mentioned, Brian, this is a land rush start, just like motocross. So these guys will all line up. Everybody will take off for that first turn, but as you know, only one or two can get through there.
Yeah, the key is getting a great start off the starting line, and it's far more important if you're in that front four right there. So get into that hairpin turn at the start of the event. As you see right there, that 68 is trying to do so right off the bat. That is the machine of Dan Wanos.
Mike Burke right there, we're on board with him looking out of the back of the car. And yeah, the 68 of Dan Wanos, actually with a great start right there, got himself a little bit of breathing room, a little contact further back in the pile, and that's to be expected out here.
Absolutely. Again, just like a motocross event, only in this case you're going to rub some doors, rub some fenders. Again, there is your leader. And as we mentioned from the start, Ken, got a great start in Dan Wanos at 68.
And you know, suspension, as always in racing, is going to be critical here. These cars, basically your stock car, going over some pretty rough courses here. I'm sure there's a few tricks along the way. Oh, that's not one of them.
It maybe is upside down. That is Tim Sullivan. And that'll bring out the red. Whoa, right there he goes. Took that hairpin just a little bit too high.
And you know, with the front-wheel drive cars, you can't kick that back end out and drive through the turn with the rear tires. You can't back one of the cars in, so you have to be careful. It's real easy to hook an edge and put it on its lid. Come on back. Thanks a lot, Ted. And last time we saw you, it was with the compact cars, the number 68. Dan Wanos was leading, but it was a number 88 with an 89 Chevy Corsica. Tim Sullivan that put it over on his lid. They'll get a restart here, and we're racing once again.
Ken, they'll restart single file, and of course, anytime someone rolls over, that is a red flag condition. All racing stops until that driver's found out to be A-OK.
The 59 there of Ryan Villeneuve. You can see him. He got into the side of that one a little bit. A little contact there at the restart. Now all by himself. 91 Toyota. Oh, not good there, man.
There's some decimal coming from somewhere.
Yeah, that's that 88 that flipped over a little bit earlier, so Tim Sullivan's having a tough day out here.
Yeah, he's got a lot of that stuff. What happens when you get it upside down, that oil will make itself into the combustion chamber, and as a result, it'll take a few minutes to get it burned out of there.
The 68, though, having a great run out of Hutchinson, Minnesota, of course. That is Dan Wanos getting some help from Borka Excavating, Nemec Concrete. So how about that? These guys with some sponsors out here and one dead stick right there. Hard to see the number.
Yeah, that's a tough place to be right there in the first turn. Again, a hairpin turn. As Wanos, your leader now, has to work his way through back marker traffic. He'll start lapping cars here.
Well, you're right. That 88 starting to clean out a little bit. Yeah, how about that? Wanos going right on past the 49 of Everett Bryant and his 92 Pontiac Sunbird.
Man, we got them all. We got Corsicas, Luminas. They're just doing a great job as that 68 of Wanos. I mean, this car and driver are doing an excellent job right here. making their way through the back markers, if you will.
Serious racing. I mean, these guys take this very serious and do everything they possibly can to set the cars up to get over those jumps. Keep in mind, a stock vehicle, and look at the air that thing just got, man.
I got to tell you this, man. Your lower back after one of these things would have to hurt a pretty good bit. In fact, I would think you'd have some pain in a lot of spots on your body. 68 trying to make a move there on a back mark at the 0-1.
That's Corey Taylor, the 93 Dodge Shadow. And Juanis, man, he just dicing, baby, slicing, dicing in and out of everybody. And good look there at the number 56 car, the 83 Mazda 626 of Mike Burks.
Yeah, Burks trying to make a move here, and we go on board with him, looking out the back. I thought he was going to get hammered right there with Mike. Oh, another flip.
Yeah, that looks like that. Possibly is the 01 we were just speaking of a moment ago, Corey Taylor.
That's him in that Dodge Shadow, and he's doing everything he can do. And it's that same corner as we saw the flip a moment ago, but he's trying his darndest to stay ahead of that leader. Watch it one more time. He got a little bit of help right there from that 56 of Burks.
Yeah, there's a little finger of dirt, a little pile of dirt that extends down there into that turn. If you chop it off too low, it will launch the left side of that car. And look at the 3 car. Talk about launching, man. That is John Forcier with the 89 Honda. Man, he was on the gas.
It looked like that thing had nitrous on board. I'm telling you, he had a great lead right there.
Lead right now.
So how about that? Finally, we have a lead change, and it goes to Forcier.
I'm not seeing Wenos anywhere in the back here.
Yeah, and he was just a rocket ship the entire race.
I mean, it could be attrition as we watch the final lap right here. Dan Wenos had this baby at bay and had it pretty much in the bag for 12 or 13 laps, Ken.
And Forcier playing it smart right now. You can see he was taking it easy there in the parts and pieces. He's going to get a little bit of heat from the 59 car and Ryan Villeneuve, but that's about it. Oh, he's on it now.
There he goes. He'll take the checkered right there. How about that? Great job. Big question is what happened to Dan? I don't get it.
Well, all the people out there with an 89 Honda CRX know that they've got a shot at winning this deal next year, and so make sure they get out here.
Oh, that is some neat stuff right there. Oh, yeah. Here we go.
Juanis. There's a look at Juanis, by the way, pulling up behind him. A lot of smoke out of the hood of that car, so unfortunately for Juanis, it looks like maybe that thing was overheating.
Yeah, you're right, Ken. It very well could have been an overheat situation, but for whatever reason, the dominant car to the event is not there at the finish. It is the number 3 machine right there. That Honda CRX and John Forcier, your champion.
Big Leonard Skinner fan, obviously, and listen to him tack that thing up. Congratulations to John Forcier with that Honda. Ryan Villeneuve and Tim Sullivan ran out your top 3. Opening day of the fair here at Hutchinson, Minnesota. And we're kicking things off with autocross. We're going to move to the compact trucks now. On board with Scott Powell and Jake Powell. They'll give us a great look and, of course, a lot more suspension on these trucks, Brian.
That's right. We got Rangers, Dakotas, S-Series Blazers, Jeep Grand Cherokees, Caravan. We got them all in this category. This is going to be fun. Some of the best in the business as you look at the lineup here for this feature event.
These vehicles also have a much higher center of gravity, so the possibility to flip over is much higher. Oh, and right off the bat, man, they start leaning on each other. It looks like it was the number 1 of Travis Field who started the whole chain of events.
The guy who comes out of it best, though, is the 48 machine right there, and that is Glenn Arndt, while the others battle it out right behind him there in turn 1.
I would have never guessed that the Dodge Caravan minivan would have been a race vehicle, but they've got one out here. Scott Powell, oh, up on 2 wheels for a moment.
He makes chase right there. Unlike the cars, Ken, that were a lot more lightweight. These machines, oh, there's one on top right there, that 48. That was your leader.
Glenn Arndt just got in too hot. That thing never slid at all. It just had maximum traction on that right front tire, and it rolled it right over. Let's take another look at it.
Watch it in replay. Whoa, and you mentioned it at the start of the show here. They got a very high center of gravity. One more time. He goes all the way over, keeps it running, kicks it in gear, and he'll still remain in about the top 7 spots here.
That's pretty impressive. He fired that thing up and kept going. All right, the number 963 on the outside pole now. The number 2 on the inside as they start off side by side. A great looking drag race right here. The number 2 of Jake Powell right on the inside. The brothers are going at it.
Jake and Scott giving one another a little bit more than they can handle, and they've done it for a long, long time. And neither one of us want to leave out of here in second place. That's like first loser.
Yeah, I mean, you know, anytime you can get a race, it's always exciting. When you get two brothers in a race fighting for position, it always goes to the next level.
How wild.
Oh, good save.
That's the second time Scott's went up on 2 and bicycled that baby, if you will.
And his brother takes over the position, so they both had a crack up here in the front, both using Jeeps. Oh, yeah. A heck of a battle, man.
And the crowd is loving it. This is a great race right here.
My theory when I was in off-road was if you're on the inside, you don't have to worry about flipping. Welcome back to the compact truck portion of the autocross event here in Hutchinson, Minnesota. Of course, at the fairgrounds presented by General Tire. The two brothers have been going at it, man.
Scott and Jake Powell are just putting on a clinic for everybody else here. You've seen Scott up on 2 a couple of times in the hairpin. It appears, at least, as he's being chased by brother Jake, that for all intents and purposes, they're in the back markers right now.
And Jake trying to get to the inside of his older brother, Scott, who has won this thing a couple of times. So he knows he's good enough to get it done. He's got to get up there and rattle himself.
The greatest sibling rivalries you can ever have. Younger brother wanting to take out the older brother, and the older brother not wanting to have any part of it at all.
Yeah, he doesn't want to give up that dominance. He's been, you know, beating up on his little brother his whole life. So doesn't want to stop now.
They're both in Jeep Cherokees, by the way. And for all intents and purposes, I mentioned earlier, Rangers, Dakotas, GMC Jimmys. There's even a Mazda B400 in this event.
Jake Powell a little bit wide there on the exit of that turn. He is able to close up the gap right here a couple of times, but it's pretty difficult to pass here on this course.
It really is, especially when you get in a situation where you're
Oh, that's what he needed. Excellent job.
Listen to the crowd cheer there. We got another one upside down. And I hope that will hold up for Jake. He used a back marker to sneak one in on his brother Scott.
I think that's Alex Kunkel right there, the number 9, the 1992 model GMC. And boy, he just gets in a little too hot.
Yes, he did. And again, you know, everybody's doing some bumping right here.
Let's go back down to Ted. And so both brothers with their fair share of wins out here. By the way, when it said Fat on his red t-shirt, Fat is an engine builder in the super buggy category that runs in off-road racing, and they do build Toyotas. That's why I said TRD and Toyota on the hood of that Jeep. So obviously with some good off-road experience there going to the older of the two brothers.
Great observation. A lot of damage going on, a lot of hitting going on right in the hairpin again. And we can remember just prior to the flip,
oh, he popped the right front tire. He knocked that one off the bead, baby.
10 laps to go to boot.
And
Jake
Scott
is out of it, man.
Scott, who won the compact car division a year ago, looks like he's going to have a shot at the trucks.
And we mentioned that Jake had made the pass early on, just before the previous flip, but he did get put back in position, didn't lead a whole lap.
So Scott now trying to work his way through traffic, gets the inside line there, moves his competitor over just a little bit.
And one thing you definitely got to have here at autocross is you need all 4 tires to have air in them, and it'll slow you right down. In fact, you don't see his brother anywhere right now.
I'm trying to figure out if he's checked up a little bit, but it certainly doesn't look like it, does it?
No, he's not easing up at all.
The final lap. All right, we're having a great time out here at the Hutchinson's Fair, and Scott Powell has eliminated his brothers. His brother, unfortunately, ended up with a right front flat tire. Now all he has to do is keep it on all 4.
And I got to tell you, I believe he has nearly lapped the field. This is one good truck. You can clearly tell, as we talked earlier to Scott, that he's raced professionally for all intents and purposes in off-road. And he just really got together. And you can clearly see he's a great driver here as well.
Yeah, boy, he knew to check up right there. It was going to be a problem. We have another one on its lid. It looks like the 55 of Daryl Barker with a 91 Mazda.
Mazda pickup truck upside down there. Mazda of some sort there. Oh, here we're going to have our top 3 rollovers of the day.
Corey Taylor gave us a nice thrill right off the bat. He got in there, caught that little finger on the inside of the turn. That put him over on his lid.
Yeah, you would think with that other car right beside him, it would have kept him upright. Didn't work out so good for him.
Yeah, so much for that theory of mine, right?
That's right, man. Coming in the second spot here, Alex Kunkel. Now, Alex will get a little bit of help right here as he'll flip his SUV, Ken.
Yeah, and he almost went completely over and back on the tires, but he was trying to correct. Unfortunately, remember, he went back in for that left-hander, Rick Biddy.
Tim Sullivan there all by himself as he'll flip that machine over once again. Oh, he watched it from the rear camera right there. Our top 3 rollovers of the day.
Yeah, and there was plenty more than 3, no doubt about that. On the outside pole here, the number 147, that is Lucas Bergstaller, but he's got nothing for Mr. Powell.
No, Powell just shoots out of there, man. I mean, he's a long gone. His brother Jake tries to do the same, but you can see right there that his right front tire is almost, oh, they crash him up.
They're getting ugly back there. They're fighting for 4th place, man.
Speaking of that wheel and tire, makes you wonder if it's like sprint car racing, if they could have gone to the pits and made a tire wheel change on that thing. Obviously not. Scott Powell is just dominating this event.
Got to complete 15 laps. That is the main event. There's a little bit of residue, if you will.
Carnage.
From the previous pile up in that turn.
This baby, once again, is all Scott Powell. And, you know, unlike the cars, Ken, these things seem a little bit tighter in the suspension department here.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of rebound off of these things. When they land hard, it kicks them back up in the air. These guys have put a lot of work in these vehicles as well. You can see all of them with roll cages inside.
I'd have to think if Scott Powell has got some low-lying weight in his car, I would have to think at least, you know, if you watch some of the others, watch him do that bouncing. That thing doesn't have near the tendency to want to flip as some of the other vehicles do. Final lap.
Maybe some spring rubbers on the right side to stiffen that right side up a little bit so you can make a left-hander. I'm sure there's a number of little tricks that these guys are working on.
There's the 7. He'll loop it out right there, that 7 machine, Dakota of Aaron Lewick.
Coming around, trying to hang on, baby. Can he get it done? No reason to believe he wouldn't.
Waving at the crowd, man, as the checkered flag flies.
The 1990 model Jeep Cherokee last the entire event. Scott Powell is your winner. Glenn Hart, Travis Peel round out the top 3. One of our competitors did exactly that.
Man, it is muddy. You can see all the equipment that they had out there just moments ago. I counted as many as 4 of the front end loaders trying to get this thing worked back in.
The cool part about this, you pretty much take a truck, stock suspension, come out here, make a few modifications in regards to safety, and have some fun. There it is, Adam Hartwig in first place, and he just got an awesome start.
Yeah, he left the starting line way, way ahead of everybody else. He just got off the tree, you know. Got the headers coming through the hood, got the stock bumper, kind of a stock body category, if you will. All drivers, of course, with a roll bar requirement as well as seat belts and, of course, a helmet.
And Rogers coming around here. See the door has been chained shut there. Of course, another safety item.
Yeah. And man, how'd you like the roll bar in that thing? I mean, that thing was huge. Again, it all comes down to a handful of safety items.
We got one stuck down there. That old Dodge is stuck right in the middle of the race course. And it is sloppy muddy out here.
In the case of this weekend, I was about to say, man, it is just muddy. If it were like a sprint car, you know, Ken, you could take the little cutting tool and you could run the grooves in the tires. There are very few things, however, you can do to accommodate for this muddy racetrack. And the other part about it is, again, it's going to be a lot tougher on the motor because you're spinning the RPMs a lot more when you're spinning these tires free.
Trying to keep all the fenders on them there. Not beating and banging too bad here in these heat races. Just saves a little something there for the big race.
Whoa!
21X there getting in a little bit of trouble. That's Ryan Rogers, and Ryan Rogers gets turned all the way around.
Adam Hartwig in that 87 tries to hold off that 0-0. Troy Forcier.
Ooh, he's leaning on him.
That's a good race. You can look at it, man. You can turn the tires as hard left as you can go. Troy may catch a break here.
He over-rotates, gets down in the slop up over the berm. And just like that on the last lap, how about that?
Man, that was
Forcier
40 feet before the finish line, Stout.
Heat race number 2. We move on here with Gene Zemlicka, and a guy who definitely knows his way around this track. He's the defending champion, and he's out front by a long shot, but a little bit of death smoke coming out of the Bronco.
Oh, yeah, it'll be fine, man. Don't worry about that. That's all part of the horsepower.
Actually, I got to tell you, 1 year ago, I remember the same thing happening. It could very well be tire rub because it does come and go, but Zemlicka is making it look easy once again, even on this muddy track.
I'm just thinking when you run them loose like that, they make a little more horsepower. They're a little freer, man.
It is definitely freer, and just like always, drives that baby one-handed, and look at the big steel plate he's welded on the side of that thing. As we saw earlier, we had a chain holding one of the doors shut, but Zemlicka, obviously, look at the side of that thing. Big old plate steel welded onto both the fender, the quarter, and the door.
He's ready for a little rubbing right there, and especially if it happens on the driver's door. He wants to feel safe, or at least safer.
One thing for sure, he'll not have to worry about it coming open. That is it. As they make their way around, obviously the requirement is only for the driver's side. Here's Zemlicka. He's actually coming back on lap traffic as he'll start lapping trucks here just any moment.
Matching helmet in there. Probably $400 to paint the helmet.
You got that orange wristband on there, man. I mean, he's got it all going on, and takes a look back to see where the competition is, when the reality of it is there's more of them in front of him that he's about to go around than there is the back, but he's only got one lap to go.
Keep it all together, flying the colors there proudly. Yeah, he's going to have to deal with some lappers here. Last thing you want to do is get caught up with them, but what a difference in speed as these guys are just kind of cruising around here.
When we were here a year ago, Ken, you can remember this was the troubling turn right here, turn number 2. Look at it now. They put a lot of berm in it. They put some bank into that thing. And while these trucks are not going near as fast because of the rain we've had, it's made a lot better racing overall.
The 863 and the 101 going at it there was Carly Powell and William or John Christie, but they separate a little bit. And, of course, our leader drives right on by both of them, although he does go a bit wide.
He went a little bit wide, and the silver truck's giving him a run, but for all intents and purposes, I think he's pretty well.
Here we go. We'll take a look at our A-Main starting grid, courtesy of Herculiners. The name jump out at you there?
Yeah, that number 5 guy, that Chevy Olsen, is the man.
I knew you'd like that. All right, let's get down to the mud.
Well, thanks a lot, Ken, as we get set for the full-size trucks. I talked to a lot of the drivers back in the pits, and the big story, of course, is rain. Upwards of an inch of rain here. It continues to rain. It's all about the rain here in Autocross, a very muddy racetrack. But the full-size trucks, their drivers are saying if you have four-wheel drive, well, it's going to pay off here tonight.
All right, they're lined up. They're ready to rock the house, man. Looking for a green flag right here. Didn't take Zemlicka long to get going.
Yeah, Zemlicka, boy, he nailed it. I mean, he was right on the start, and that is going to be very critical as the rain comes down hard here.
They are going.
There's our favorite turn.
That is the 87 truck of Adam Hartwig, and he was in a dogfight right off the bat.
Well, that double zero, and he matched up.
Wadded up, man.
Yeah, they did it in the heat race, too. So maybe it's some payback there.
Big old pile of trucks there into turn number 1.
And guys, you can see turn number 2, very crucial here tonight. If you can get through turn 2, as the lightning strikes behind us here, you get through turn number 2, you're gonna be good to go. Guys, all over the race course off turn 2. Again, if you're quick through turns 1 and 2, you're gonna be good here tonight in the full-size trucks.
Zemlicka, again, that short wheelbase, a good amount of suspension travel, and look at all the wheel speed on that thing all the way around. I mean, the tires are spinning tremendously here as we go on board with Adam Hartwig. Oh, it's a stick shift to boot, man.
And we heard him talk about the four-wheel drive a little bit earlier, but obviously if you take a look at the trucks that are up in the front, they are all four-wheel drive. Not afraid to run in the rain out here.
No, and you can also see he had his hand on the stick shift handle. The other handle there, by the way, goes right to the transfer case, which obviously means it too was full-wheel drive. Zemlicka has to look out the window to see where he's going here with the rain.
Oh, and he's going to get checked up here by the 12 truck. More importantly, how about that Chevy Olsen? Huh?
Oh,
that
Chevy
68
Olsen,
stopped him, man.
But he's getting away from him, old Chevy. My boy Chevy's trying to get away. He does not want to get lapped.
Hey, he did get going pretty good once he got back on the throttle, figured out which way to go.
Yeah, he did. I mean, he started moving on pretty good. And you know what, Zimlicka, though, just like last year, he's just dominant. I think the whole combination there is dominant. I got to tell you what, though, it's not going to be any good if that hood pops up, which it almost looks like it's trying to do.
Oh, we've got the 00 of Troy Forcier, who's coming after him, man. He has closed the gap a bunch.
And Troy and he have battled many, many times before. The Forcier brothers, pretty much the promoters of this event.
Oh, Chevy's in trouble.
Oh, Chevy, come on, man. You can do better than that.
Chevy Olsen, relation there, brother?
I don't know, man. If I tell you what, if it is, I'll call him my cousin any day with a cool name like that.
Adam Hardwick taking us for a ride. Doesn't sound like he's really up on the pipe right there.
No, he's not got much RPM on that thing. And again, it's a stick shift machine. As I look, I think he's probably in about second gear, but he's just not laying it to the wood much at all. And again, it's so wet, it's pouring down rain, it's just a big mud pit here.
Go back to our leader. That was the 12 truck in a little bit of trouble right there. Mr. Brutker having some issues, but it is the 5 truck. Gene Zimlicka, who's doing an awesome job out here.
With the help from the Hay Guy, Christensen Dairy, Kokish Farms, and Luthen's Farms, he just makes it look easy. He did the same thing here a year ago. Look at Carl Albrecht. He's currently 7th. And I mean, that thing looks like it has been through a demolition derby right there.
I don't think you can see where he's going. He can read his hood real good, but that's about it.
Radiators flowing over, hood's hanging open. I mean, he couldn't have much else going wrong, but he's still making the.
Brutker lost a tire. He's out there with just a wheel, man. He's earning points, baby.
Oh,
there's that tire.
And here comes Zimlicka, boy, just making the laps. Mr. Consistency. For another year, he does it again, man. I mean, that is the ultimate truck for whatever reason, and the drivers do the ultimate job here.
Carl Albrecht with a Main Street Sports Bar helping him out. Checkered flag's going to come out for the 5 truck. Looks like Troy will not catch him. There is the final order, courtesy of General Tire. Congrats, everybody. I'm sure these guys had a blast.
No question about it. My cousin Chevy Olsen cleared down there net. Lucky number 13 spot.
As it continues to sprinkle here in the full-size trucks, Gene Zimlicka, 2 years in a row, man. Congratulations. Nice run.
Thank you. I just want to say thanks to everybody, and it takes the fans to make it work.
How about this track here? I mean, obviously a lot of rain. It continues to rain. How much different from last year to this year?
Not much. It's a bigger track. It's more fun when it's muddy.
Well, enjoy your trophy. It's right there, man. Congratulations. Zimlicka wins in full-size trucks.